No, so I was chasing something that wasn't there. It's like, I just work my ass off to get back there, bro, because you can do it, do you know what I mean? You just got to sacrifice and just stay in your lane. Don't get distracted by fucking mad shit, bro, and just keep in your lane.
We're back with another amazing episode of Nothing But The Truth with Marvin Herbert. And we've got a privileged guest on today that I'd like to call friend and family, Tom Zanetti.
Of course, bro, come on.
Well, world famous DJ and MC. He don't like to be called world famous, but I'm telling you, he's world famous. He's played in America, he's played in Dubai, played in the whole of Europe. So to me, that's worldwide. I don't know, have you been to Africa?
You have actually been Mozambique.
There you go. Right. So look, you've been worldwide, right? So although he don't like to think of himself as a worldwide celebrity, you are, because you've been on the platform on the world stage. So to me, you're a world-renowned DJ, MC, and a family friend that I'm proud to call one of my own.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be here, bro.
So obviously the message that I like to send out, my new slogan is the for what? Risking your liberty, going to prison, stabbing, shooting and killing. For what? For what? For your elders that don't love you, your elders don't care about you, and your elders don't care about your family, your kids, yeah, and trust me, they don't look after you in prison, yeah? Anyone who's been in prison will tell you, your friends don't send you no money after a year. Once your remand's over and the visits every day finish, yeah, your friends dissipate. You might have one person that will visit you every few months, but it's not that big lifestyle that you're accustomed to on road, because it dies, it dwindles, and they dwindle their love, their attentions, and their affections. Go. And then when you come out, they try to give you a parcel to get back on your feet until they love you again. So my question is, for what? Yeah. For what? So today, Tom, would like to just go back to the beginning of your life. Tell us a little bit about your story, like how you grew up, where you grew up, and just sort of the environment you grew up in, the mindsets of people you was around, and, you know, just enlighten us on what made you become Tom Zanetti. Tom Zanetti's a big name now, whether you like to believe it or not, right? But on the road, on the dance scene, on the house scene, and even in the rap scene, everybody knows you. In Europe, in America, in Dubai.
I like this, you know.
No, but it's true though, man. Come on, Dubai. Like, you've been going to Dubai for how long? Come on, man. We was there time ago.
I can't go anymore.
We was the first there. Do you understand? Like, no one was going there when we were there.
We was there,
back in there.
He was there. He was setting off back in there, bro.
Right, so this is what I'm saying to you. You've become who you become because of the experiences you've gone through. But more importantly, the choices you made not to venture down the road that I went down. So I'll leave the mic up to you for the next however long it takes, and just listen. My podcast is nothing but the truth.
I love that.
Just so everybody knows a bit of background on me, I took my first drug at 9 years of age, which was cannabis. I took my first ecstasy pill at 13 I was. I took my first bit of crack at 12, my first bit of heroin at 12, and ecstasy coming after. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was smoking crack and heroin before even...
That was big in like the 80s and that and stuff like that.
It was sick. So me personally, nothing but the truth is just so everybody can understand that I've been through the deepest, darkest depths of society, and I've been dragged through shit, and I've got through shit, and I've overcome shit. I've been to prison, I've been stabbed 23 times, I've been cut, I've been hit with axes a couple of times. We're going to go into that with Carlton Leeds in the near future. And then I've been shot 5 times. And it weren't until I got shot 5 times that I turned my life around. So the choices that you made to turn your life around was a lot more prematurely than I ever did. Like a lot, do you understand what I'm saying? So you got to a certain point in your life and you thought, fuck this. So just lead us up to that. And then just tell us a little bit about the transition, because I want to talk about where you are after.
I mean, what you're saying to me now, I think, like, some people, especially young ones, might think, oh, that sounds cool as fuck and stuff like that. And it does. It's like, but what you've been through there, like I said, it's fucking hard. You know what I mean? And that's made you change your ways, because you've lived that life, the very top of the game. You were at the top of the game, bro, for so many years of being the fucking bad man, bro, the realest bad man. And, like, the way that you're using them experience now to show these kids don't go down that route. I never went that far. I got to a certain age and I had things that made me make decisions where I had friends who were going down that route, doing very, very risky things, losing friends, getting killed and shot and stabbed and stuff like that. And, you know, just stuff like, you know, I've got friends like yourself and stuff like that. And it's, when I was younger, luckily for me, I managed to make these decisions. Otherwise, I would have gone down that route. Do you know what I mean? And the fact that you're trying to get youngers now and show them that that's not the route to go down because you've lived that life to the very extent. Fucking no one's got a story like you, bro. Do you know what I mean? So the fact that you're utilising that, I'm really happy to be on the show. We've been friends for a lot of years. You're good, like I said, with family, bro. And the fact and the way that you're just speaking and that's just gassing me up. You know what I mean? Because you.
It's not gassing you up. It's the truth.
I'm not, but it's gassing me up because I love it, bro. Because the way that you can come out of this and like use this now as a positive, and thank God you survived all this mad stuff, bro. What you've been through, it's like to me, like my story is nowhere near that.
Right,
do you know what I mean?
No. But it's never going to be.
Yeah, of course,
you are a product of your environment by making the right choices. So you was a product of your environment and you made choices to come out of your environment to grow, right? Let's talk about your younger years. What type of a kid was you? What type of naughty stuff did you get up involved in? Like, was you good in school?
If we're gonna be like completely honest, like I wouldn't really use it. I've done one podcast before this, and I didn't really like to go into too much detail about certain things that I used to do because, like I said, I didn't want to. I don't want to. My son knows a lot about what I've been through and stuff like that, and things that have happened. But and my family all do. But it's about the truth and the way that you're speaking. It's just making me want to see. Do you know what it is? That's real shit.
No, but this is
so good. Yes, I want to. We'll get.
The only way we can
man.
Get to these kids, is
we'll
by being honest.
Fair enough.
Right? And they can say, "Wow, well, he was like that."
Fair enough.
Wow, did that happen to him? That happens to me. Yeah, so I can still become someone. What the fuck? Wow.
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 Come on.
Understand that? That's what I'm saying. So we are the people. Like you're from Leeds, right? So you're the person that people are going to look up to. Yeah. But people, for argument's sake, certain people, like a prime example, someone who's been bullied, right? But they've been bullied, terrorised, and they think they're a man to nothing. They can't become somebody. They can't do nothing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can show that no matter what happens to you in life, you can become who you want. Look at what I've become. Yeah, so I'm saying to you, so obviously you wasn't a gunman, you wasn't a knife man, so there must have been every situations where you was in and you was intimidated.
There's certain points when I was younger, when I was like 13, 14, that I did used to carry things that I shouldn't have on me, and I got pinched for carrying certain things and doing certain stuff.
And was that because you
shouldn't have been doing? So it's because the product of the environment and where I thought I wanted to go at that point. I came from a council estate. I grew up in Belial and Rothwell in Leeds, Meanwood, Birstall. Quite. They were all council estates and rough places and
in
people,
a city council estate.
It was, and like I had my mum was single mum going up with me, my brother and my sister. I mean, fuck all, we didn't have a pot to piss in. She only had the money that she got to spend on shopping every week. I said it before. I remember asking my mum. Asking my mum for £1 once because all my friends were getting sweets from the shop, and she said no, she couldn't give me it. And I sat and I sulked in the corner for ages. And I'm only a kid, about I don't know 7. But I remember it came back to me. And I was sat sulking, thinking. So she came over. And she gave me this £1, and I was like, oh, thank you. I didn't think of it. And didn't even think of it. Went to the shop, bought the sweet, blah, blah, blah. As I'm a bit older, I'm realising now, she had to live by her means. That 30, 40 quid, whatever she had to pay for 3 kids. She couldn't afford to give me that £1 to spend on all else. You know what I mean? And like, I came from quite say like a poor background in the sense we didn't have fuck all. So everybody on my estate, as I got older, all wanted to make money in their own means. Yeah. Everyone watched TV and seen, the flash things, and they all wanted to be, they all wanted to be gangsters. You know what I mean? Everyone wanted to be drug dealers and make money.
Everybody does.
And
from the working class environments.
From that council estate, the only way people could get a nice car, gold chain, the best clothes and stuff like that is by selling drugs, thieving, robbing, selling it to drug dealers and whatever. That's what I used to do. I used to do everything, mate. When like I said, I was 13 when I took my first pill, and I swear to God, it upsets me to think about it, because I ever thought that my son, who's that age now, ever done anything like that, even half to what I did, it broke my heart. And I swear to God, I'm so lucky, like yourself with your boy, such a focused kid. You know what I mean? My son is so sensible with it, because he knows what we've been through. Do you know what I mean? And he knows that's not the way to go. But I was doing stuff at that age that I shouldn't have been doing. And and then as I was about 14, I started selling weed. I started selling a lot of weed, and then as I was doing that or making money, then I started to grow. I started selling coke and stuff like that. I started doing stuff that I shouldn't have been doing.
See how his voice went down.
Bro, I don't know. We're being honest here. Yeah, I've never spoke about this openly. And it's like, to me, it's like I'm trying to watch what I should say, because this is not the way to go. And like, if kids are watching this, and which there will be, it's not the way to go. Like, so I was making a lot of money for my age.
Right. But was you ever happy?
So I was chasing something that wasn't there. I was chasing something that way because I thought, I know, I'll be the big guy, get this money, I'll do that, I'll hang around with these people. Because I'm always around. And this is a good point what you just said there. Before we started the camera, you said that the elders, they groom the younger kids, make them feel like they're cool and they love them and that, and we'll do this and that. Because I used to hang around with all the older kids. When I was 13, I thought I was a bit of a boyo. 13, I was a baby. I'm thinking about now, I thought I was a boy. I was hanging around with 18-year-olds, 23-year-olds, who all had cars and selling drugs and selling money, and they all had money and stuff like that. So I wanted to be like them. So they were, when I hung around with them, and then I started smoking and drinking and doing stuff, thinking I was one of them. They were giving me stuff and saying, yeah, and I had making loads of friends, and I used to fight all the time, and I had a bit of a name for myself when I was that age. I used to do stuff. I used to always be the guy who say, fuck it, I'll do it. Yeah. I mean, ever come to like doing something stupid, like jumping in the car or fucking going in the house or whatever, I used to say, fuck it, I'll do it. Because I used to want it to be.
Want to be accepted.
I wanted to be that. I thought I'd be, and it wasn't good. It's like I got myself arrested all the time. I do 3-day lockdowns in Bridewell and all these different little nicks and stuff like that. And my mum, I can't believe my mum should have been going off a fucking nut. Do you know what I mean? I'm looking back now. So basically all that, so I did a lot of stupid stuff when I was younger. Trying to fit in, trying to please, if you like, the elder kids. Trying to make them love me. Trying to make them think I can be part of this gang. But it's all false. Because like you say, once you're in the shit and you're young, none of them are going to come and help you until... And the only people is your close family. My mum was there for me. Do you know what I mean? She'd be there every other weekend, coming to Bridewell to get me a solicitor to come down to wait.
Send money in.
Everything,
you know I mean?
bro.
Make sure you had clothes, fags in
and
the police
it comes
station.
to anything else, your pals don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I had a few close knit friends but the rest of them are supplying.
Did you ever do a bird?
Did
you ever do a sentence?
No, I didn't. It came to I got expelled from school. For a few things, and I had to go to a young offenders centre and stuff like that. And that's the kind of turning point where I thought, you know what it is? At the point I got expelled from school, I found out I was having a baby with a girl. I was 15.
Wow.
And at that point, I was getting quite into a lot of stuff. I'm making silly money that I shouldn't have had when I was 15 from doing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And it was coming to the point where I was going to jail. I'd been going to jail, or I'd probably got killed. And I know that sounds really far fetched, but the stuff that we were doing.
The only results, the only sort of outcomes with crime, is suffering through stabbing, shootings, or beatings, prison, and death.
Yeah,
that's it. They're the only three outcomes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, even the people at the highest level, are still risking their liberty every single day.
Yeah.
People still want to kill them every single day. People still want to rob their products every single day. So the egg never goes nowhere.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You just become a little bit more detached from it with the more wealth that you create. But the more wealth you create, the more problems you're creating, and the more headache and the more sentences.
The risk.
You're not coming out of prison in a couple of years, you get nicked at the highest level. You're getting no less than 30 years. Do you know what I mean? No less than 25 recommended. Like, it's not a joke. Do you know what I'm saying? So, because the turning point come for you from...
What it was, I got picked up. The girl I was seeing was pregnant. And I was a proper little bastard. I wasn't like disrespectful to people. I was quite polite. I thought I carried myself pretty well, but I was just doing mad stuff, really risky stuff. And anyway, I was going to see the bird that was pregnant, my son's mum at the time. I was going to see her. My friends rang me. They said, Tom, what are you doing tonight? I said, I'm not doing out tonight. I'm going to stay in. I'm going to go see her. She's pregnant and blah, blah, blah. And they said, oh, come pick you up. We'll give you a lift to where I'm going to Belial to go see her, which is wrong. Anyway, so they've picked me up in this brand new Audi Quattro. And back then it was a sick car. So I thought, fuck it, I've jumped in car.
RS4 or something like that.
Yeah, it was an Audi Quattro. And it was like about 15 years ago, this. So it was like... Anyway, they picked me up in this, the old school Quattro, brand new, and it was a belter, bro. So like they picked me up in that, and I thought, fucking hell, all gassed up in car. Next minute, I didn't even seem to ask where they got it from. I'm in back seat, and we're going on the way up to Belial. Next minute, blue lights came at mirror. So I'm like, fucking hell, I was about to get a taxi up to go see her. I wanted to stay and I wanted to avoid anything. Blue lights have come in. So they've put foot down, we fucking took a mad chase in this Quattro that could move. I had these other kids in the car were a lot older than me. And I'm sat there thinking, right, this is mad next minute. And I've been in loads of chases and stuff like that, but this was like a mad chase. They had helicopter and everything come out. Anyway, we've ended up being cornered. And friends have jumped out. And me and another kid got caught. And they've took us to cells. Next morning, they're interviewing me, and they're saying, where were you sat in the car? And I'm saying, look, I was getting a lift. I don't know the kids. I was getting a lift to somewhere. And they were saying, where was you sat? So I said, and I'm just trying to say no comment in it. I'm saying to solicitor, but I knew I wasn't even there. They were saying this car's come from, basically, I'll get to it now, so. I'm getting a bit, anxious when you're speaking. Sorry, I'm not as, you're really well. Do you know what you're doing is you're sick at speaking, bro. He gets it across really well. So anyway, so I'm sat in the interview, and they're saying to me, where was you sat in the car? And I said, I was sat behind the driver. I was just getting a lift to go see my kid's mum. I don't know what's going on. I don't know the kids. That's it. And they went, all right, no, you won't. And I'm saying, yeah, I was sat behind the driver. So they sent me back to my cells, and I'm thinking, what the fuck? So they took me back in, and they said, right, we've got the forensics back. You were sat in the driver's seat. Your fingerprints are on the driver's seat. This car's come from an armed robbery. The kids all in the car with, they'd just gone into someone's house, took them off at knife point, battered fuck out of them, done something really bad to them, took the watches, the stuff and whatever, robbed the house, left them for dead. Took the car and come straight to my house in the car to pick me up, just joyriding it. But I didn't even know this. I literally just...
And they're the older lot, right?
They're the older kids. These were like 18,
They're the ones
19.
you got to be careful of, right?
So they've just pulled up at my gaff in this quattro. I thought, fucking, I didn't think where it had come from. Didn't think it were anything deep. Next minute, they're getting chased, sirens, helicopter. I'm in cells, and they're saying, you were sat in the driver's seat. I'm saying, no, I fucking want. I said, I was in the back seat. I was just getting a lift. I literally been in the car 10 minutes. I say, yeah. So they put me back in the cells. I was there thinking I was going to be there until Monday, like a 3-day lockdown, before you got caught.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking thinking, that's it, my life's over. I've not even been in, don't know where it's come from. I wasn't in the driver's seat. I was sat in the back of the car, and I'm shitting myself and ringing my mum saying, Mum, I'm going to jail for a long time, so I've not even fucking done anything. 6 o'clock Monday morning before I went to court, they came and knocked on cell door. I said, oh, Thomas, you free to go? I'm like, what the fuck? And they said they mixed up the forensics. They mixed up the forensics that the guy who I was with, I'm not going to mention their name, the guy who I was with was in the driver's seat. And I was where I was. They said, yeah, it's come back. You were sat in the driver's seat.
It couldn't have come back that quick.
So I
couldn't have come back quick.
Know, so they were trying to get me to talk.
Yeah,
and I was like, fucking in despair. I've got a baby on the way. And I'm about to go to jail for something I've not done for something so stupid. And then after that, I just thought to myself, do you know what? I packed everything in, mate. Because I'm not going near any.
So that was a turning point.
That was it, bro. Because I thought because I'd already got away with enough. Do you know what I mean? That I was doing.
For what?
For what, bro? Yeah.
For what? So you got to a stage where you actually thought, what's all this about?
I'd already got away with so much. I'd had this little spell. I've been getting nicked all the time and stuff like that, but I was only young. They couldn't put me in jail and stuff like that and whatever. So anyway, I'd already got away with so much. But then when I got falsely accused, because they were trying to get falsely accused because they were trying to get the names out of me and stuff like that, and they put me in cells for another 2 nights. I'm sat there thinking, this is it. I'm actually going to jail for a long time for a bad crime, and I didn't even do it. So I thought, do you know what it is? Once I got out, I thought, I've just got away with it by skinning my bell end there, bro. I'm not going nowhere near that again.
I've got to shake your hand because you know what? It took me years and years, and no matter how many times I got nicked.
Yeah.
I got nicked. I'm sitting on remand. They're saying to me, Herbert, there's a deal here for you, right? You can have 5 years on a guilty plea, right? Or you're going to get 36 years recommended on a not guilty.
Yeah.
So what are you asking me, to go to prison?
Yeah, fuck.
I said, take the deal. I said, fuck off.
Yeah,
Ain't no deal. For what?
Yeah,
so I ain't done nothing. It's a fit up. There's no way I'm putting my hands up to that.
Yeah, the proper get mate. Yeah,
and by the grace of God, we got the not guilty because they're trying to say that my firearm was brand spanking new. And then when they come into court, they brought a gun in that was about 50 years old. And I've gone to the judge, I'm no gun expert. I said, but the pathologist report says that our gun hadn't even been fired, it was brand new, correct? Right. Your Honour, this gun looks about 30 years old. So the judge has had a look at it, and he said, right, make sure the jury have a look at this gun. And he sent it straight to the jury, and it was old, mate. So it was a Mac 10, don't get it twisted, but it was about 30 years old. You can see where it's been cocked loads of times. So because I had that mindset not to fucking bend because I wasn't innocent. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing, but I got out of that sentence and I moved to Spain. And just become even worse. The point I'm making with you is at 16 years of age,
15,
you just thought, fuck this.
Because
so that's the maturity, the maturity in your mindset on the perceptions of where you're going and who you're going to be involved in and what you're going to have to get up to. So at 15 years of age, you woke up, mate. So
15,
congratulations. Right, Tom, because you wouldn't be here today if that never happened, man.
Mate, it was just because, like you said, when they tried doing that with you to take a plea bargain, they tried to get me to say who was in the car and blah, blah, blah. They'd already nicked 2 of them, but there were 2 of them on run, do you know what I mean? And they were saying, well, you were sat in the front. And I was only a kid. I didn't know that they were trying to play with my head. I thought that, oh, fucking, I'm going to jail. And they said, oh, you're free to go with the change, the mix up the forensics. Yeah. So after that, I was speaking to my mum and I was like, do you know what, fuck this. So at that point, like I said, I was 15, I was making quite a lot of money for my age. And I just packed it all in. I didn't do any more. I didn't sell any more drugs. I didn't do anything to put myself in that kind of environment. Sick. And I started working, mate. My son was on the way. So I just got a job. I started working in factories from 6 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock at night, hammering fucking nails into pallets, massive piles of them. I worked in a butcher's, putting fucking pork in pies. I worked as a scaffolder, bricklayer, fucking roofer. Anything I could do, I had done. I worked at call centres. I done anything I could do, I did to earn money for my baby that was due. You know what I mean? So and when he at that time I gave everything up. And I was earning legitimate money. When my boy arrived, I'd bought him a pram, I bought him the Rockports that were in at that time, the Burberrys, I bought him all the sickest clothes. Only a lot of the newborn baby.
Come on, man, sick, man.
Caught in it, but I was 16 and I was buzzing with it. I thought, I've just grafted my ass out, and I really did graft all the time, from job to job. And it was like, I got everything there, and I thought, do you know what it is? That's it. So, and then my son was born, and I just fell in love with him, do you know what I mean? And then I didn't want to go do any of it again, bro. And it's like, even though times are hard, and you know, the company that we both keep, we've got friends there that we could do anything we wanted, bro.
Mate, I was the same guy, right? But I actually went to prison, right, knowing I'm leaving my son behind.
Yeah.
When I had my first son, I was like, he'll be all right.
Yeah.
Because I had nothing. I never had Christmas presents, birthday presents. Like, occasionally I'd get presents and stuff like that and share with my brothers and sisters. Now and then we'd get everything we needed. But growing up, we never had what all the other kids had, right? So I always, in my head, as long as my kids had birthday presents, Christmas presents, and brand new clothes and everything they needed materialistically wise, I was a good dad.
And the way you got that was through what you were doing.
Yeah, even when I went to prison, I actually didn't mind going to prison because I could send money home because I was grafting in prison.
And that's why it's different between me, because you was fully in that life. I was just getting to a point where luckily when I was 15, because I had a son up where in certain circumstances, I went a different way, like, but because you was already in that life, and that was the way you was earning money, and it was
diabolical. It's the diabolical
and you
mindset that
proper
I had.
Money, do you know what I mean?
The mindset I had was diabolical because I believed that my son was better off without me with all the materialistic acquisition. It ain't until now, because we haven't got the best relationship in the world. Do you know what I mean? And it ain't a relationship that I want. Do you know what I mean? But I made some bad choices growing up.
Yeah,
right?
of course,
and he believed I mustn't have loved him. Yeah. And when he has a son, he's going to have the same mindset you had. Yeah. But because of my trauma growing up as a kid, I just didn't want him to experience what I experienced with nothing. Yeah, so I just made sure that he had everything, regardless of whether I was there or not. But that was the mistake that I made. I paid the price. I'm still paying for it now. I don't hold on to resentment or regret, because at the end of the day, I've done what I've done.
Look what you're doing now, mate. Yeah, and the thing is that I understand what you're saying there.
He will understand, right? He will understand
doubt,
when he gets older.
Yeah, without doubt.
When he's got his kids, right, and he'll understand, well, what am I going to do if I've got no money?
Yeah.
Like, he'll get to a point where he'll think, wow, do you know what? At least my dad did do. I never
done that to risk it for.
He never went without a birthday present. Never went without a Christmas present. Never went without food. Right, never went without clothes. Right, him and all my kids, none of them have. Do you know what I mean? Like, as they got older, they chose not to spend time with me, and they chose to spend more time with their mum. Then they missed out on some things. Do you understand? But that's their choice. But me personally, I made sure they had £1,000 on Christmas and £500 on their birthdays. I made sure they got all their presents as well as the money. I mean, I made sure they went on holiday every year. I made sure they had all the clobber they wanted, because I'd make sure my pals went and bought the stuff, or go and take the money round their mother so they could go shopping. I said, what is it you want? And then they go and get the money to do it. So I had the wrong mindset growing up as a kid, which most of the kids are going to develop making the wrong choices. And the fact that you made them mature choices at 15, 16 years of age is a testament to yourself, and also a benchmark for the youngsters to pay attention to, because what my kids went without, just because I thought I was the man, is everything that your son developed and become. Do you know what I'm saying? Your relationship with your son's amazing, isn't it?
It is, it is amazing.
I haven't got that with my son.
But that's what I'm trying to say to you. Like, at the same time, though, bro, I understand, like, because you was doing your thing, you was caught up in it, and you wanted to distance yourself because of what you was caught up in. And sometimes the longer you don't see someone, the harder it is to get back into it. So maybe you were kind of scared to speak to them because you was doing your own thing, but you were still making sure they were kitted out. And like now, it's like I can see how much you want to see them, and this is inspiring to show people that might not seen family members or they haven't been around to show them that. Do you know what it is? This is what matters and stuff like that, and you fucking love them with all your heart, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's the same, just circumstances are different. But from your story and my story, it both correlates because I know that what you were doing wasn't because you didn't want to be around them, or you didn't want because you didn't love them. It was just because of the circumstances, and you can make sure they were well looked after. Do you know what I mean?
Well, the parcels I used to bottle to make sure their mum had money.
Yeah.
It's unreal. Right now, I'm telling you, like I used to bottle like 5-6 ounces of puff, an ounce of brown, an ounce of white, a mobile phone, and money.
Fucking hell, yeah.
I walk about with that every day, just so their mum can have a couple of $100 a week.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Bro, you thought
like,
so.
Even my oldest daughter, she's 22 now, right? She said to me one time in Spain a few years ago, she said, "What have you ever done for me?"
Yeah.
I was like, "What?
Yeah.
What?" So I had to sit her down and explain to her, "Look, it might not be nothing to you, right? But this is what I've actually done, and this is what I've gone through to make sure you have food and you have your birthday money and your Christmas money and your holiday money. Now, it might not mean anything to you, but I explained to her. But after she was crying, like she was crying after. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was sick.
Because people don't realise the risk that you've taken,
the risk,
and the work you put in, the time, the sacrifice.
It's the sacrifice to my freedom.
Yeah.
It's a sacrifice to my happiness.
Yeah,
it's a sacrifice to my wants and needs. But everyone thinks that I've been selfish my whole life. But my kids will tell you, all my kids will tell you that when I'm about, I'm the best dad in the world.
Yeah.
Right now, we get divided by our parents, we get divided by our partners, we get divided by our mums and dads. But my children have been brought up by their mum and in a relationship that I needed to be involved in, but I was never allowed to be involved 100% because of their mothers. Do you understand? I've only got two baby mums, but they both had similar traits in their behaviour programming, right? So I wasn't allowed to see my kids whenever I wanted to see my kids. I had to make sure I tick boxes before I could take my kids or have my kids or spend time with my kids, you know? But the only time I'd spent time with my kids, it was headache, problems and dramas. Not just with my new partner, but with my old partner. So it's just,
get it, bro.
It's just about having.
And that makes it harder. Makes it harder because you think you don't want to upset the kid. You don't want to keep kicking off with kid's mum, and then you got a new partner who's going to kick off course static. So like sometimes you just think, you know, make sure you're kitted out and do your thing, and then I'm just gonna, you know what I mean? And I understand totally.
When I hear you say things, I think I wish I'd have done that. I wish I'd have given it all up. Though, bro, if I'd have given it all up and focused 100% on my family and my kids like you did, I wouldn't have had the traumatic relationships moving forward with the women I've had. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I hear that, but bro, the thing is, you know, it is we can't. There's a million things I wish I hadn't done, and with things that haven't happened in my life.
What actually made you get into music?
So
what was that turning point? What led you to that point?
So long story short, I used to just MC with my pals in my bedroom. All my pals used to come chill at my house, stuff like when I was younger. And before my son was born, I had all my pals at my gaff all the time. We'd all be smoking weed and just MCing over bassline music. I recorded a CD at a studio. My mum took me to the studio because everyone was buzzing off it. And my mum come down with me and I recorded a CD. And I got 5 copies. I give one to my mum. I kept one, give one to my dad. And I didn't really see my dad as much when I was younger as well. Do you know what I mean? I had a real good relationship with him, but he was doing his thing. He was a DJ as well. Do you know what I mean? So he used to be a bit of a jackal lad, and I'd see him when I saw him. Similar thing. He was there, and I knew he were there. But you know, anyway. So I've recorded this CD, and I give one to my pal. At that point, CDs and copying CDs was the thing. And at this time, my mate had copied a CD and give it to his friend, and they'd copied it, and they copied it, and then it started going around all schools, and like it was absolutely, there were people selling it at schools, making loads of dough off it, and it went into a market stall in Leeds, and before all this fucking what it is now, like online Spotify and all that, you'd go to HMV to buy a CD, but you couldn't get the underground music. The underground music you had to get copied from a nightclub, from a DJ, or you'd have underground market stalls, the black market, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So my CD had been flying around all schools and stuff like that, and it ended up on this market stall in Leeds. And I didn't even know. I used to go to this market stall every weekend with my friends to buy all underground music. We used to buzz off it, all music that came from Castle Loco and Niche and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We used to get the CDs what the DJs had played that weren't in HMV, couldn't get it in there. It was on this market stall. So my CDs got on there. I didn't even know. And one day I've gone to a market store to buy my CDs with my pals, just to get some tracks and stuff like that. And he went, "Oh, you're Tom Zanetti?" I went, "Fucking hell." I went, yeah. He went, "Mate, your CD's best-selling CD on store." I went, "What?" And I was buzzing. I thought, "What? I didn't fucking..." And this
You didn't even know how to fucking CD.
I didn't even know. And this stall was the coolest place to be. Do you know what I mean? Leeds, everyone who wanted underground music, you go to this stall. And he went, "Yeah, it's selling Tom Zanetti, this and that." And I'm like, "Fucking hell." So it started getting around in Leeds and stuff like that. So then, as I got a bit of a name for myself, I then started throwing parties. So I'd throw parties here, parties there, big house parties, like parties of warehouses.
Not just normal parties though, the wild parties,
bro. You know what my parties, bro.
bro.
And I started throwing parties, and then the word about that parties spread. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the people knew that if you wanted to party properly, you went to Tom Zanetti's parties. Yeah. When I was 17, I threw my first official party in a nightclub called Fudge years ago.
I remember Fudge, yeah.
Yeah, and it was sick. It was on a Thursday night. I wasn't even old enough to get in the club, you know, but I sold it out. So everyone's come down to this party on Thursday. I had a sick night, and it just kind of went from there. I started throwing more parties, then I got my own nightclub when I was 21. At that point, when I was 21, the girl I was with at the time passed away. I'd been with her since I was 18. When I opened this first nightclub, she passed away 5 days before. So when I've gone to open this nightclub with my partner when I was 21, I had my suit on up front, trying to put a face on while my girlfriend was sat in Chapel restaurant corner. So I had people coming up the queues, I looked smart and stuff like that, saying, oh, have you got a girlfriend and stuff like that. And some girls came up to me, I just remember them saying, oh, have you got a girlfriend? And I didn't know what to say, and I started crying. And I went to my partner who was in the club, and I said, look, I can't do this. I need to be out of this. Then I left the club to him, and I fucked it off. I got my first club when I was 21. And then I just went to Big Bender, mate, for a year. My head was pecked. But that's another story, so that
but that's what I'm saying. I know all them things. When my brother died and my cousin died, I'd done the same thing. I just hit the bottle, I had the drink, and then I ended up in Pentonville for, I think it was, I felt it might have even been a domestic. Might have even been a domestic, 9 weeks. Because I threw all my birds' jewellery out the window. I lived on the Camden Lock, and I had a mad driver, and I said, she said, you this and you that. And I said, what? You've got all these toppers on me, you cheeky cunt. So I took all the top and I threw it all out the window. And all the Cartier bangles, rings, chains, all landed in the garden downstairs. I tried to throw it into the canal, but it went in the garden downstairs.
I tried to get it in canal.
But she rang the police and said that I'd hurt her, and then I got nicked and went away.
Shit.
So I'm lying in the cell, and something just said to me, this ain't what your brother would want to see you like. This ain't what your cousin want to see you like. Like, you're like a bum. Like, what are you doing? You're an alcoholic bum, mate. All you're doing is drinking and fighting, you mug. And I thought, wow, do you know what? And I snapped out of that. Yes. So I do know what that mindset is like when you just drink and drink and drink.
When you were sat in that cell, when you were drinking and you thought, what the fuck am I remember, my missus passed away, and I was mad about her. I completely love her.
Yeah, I understand.
I was only young, she was my first love, she was with me and Deacon and stuff like that, my little boy. And I'd gone on this bender. After the club thing, I walked out of that. I was still throwing parties, so I went to one of these parties, and I figured that. And if I'm going to be completely honest, the only time when I wasn't heartbroken, fully just fucked, you know, when you lose someone, it really,
it's horrible, mate.
It's life changing. Life is completely life changing experience. You can't even compare it. I was fucked, and I was looking after my little boy, and I never got upset in front of him. I used to just go out of the room if I wanted to cry. So I'd have to go out of the room. I'd come in and be like, hey, I'd have a laugh with him. I'd really try and hold it together. The only time when I didn't feel that is when I was drinking. You drink and you do things that you shouldn't be doing. Take this and that.
Just numbs you, doesn't it?
And then in my head, and then I was partying. But as soon as I stop partying, that was it. I was, even times worse then, because I was on a come down. I was fucked. I've been up for days like a tramp, and I was fucking like, and I was fucked. So then I do it again to get, keep on it. Like
dopamine levels are high.
Bro, that's it. So then for a full year, I'd lost my head. She passed away, and it was bad what had happened, and I was there, and so I just carried on for a year partying, and then I was at an house party, some fucking scruffy gaff in Leeds. I must have been there for 3 days deep or something like that. I remember just sitting calling, everyone's off the nut, and they were all doing it all the time because they went to party. Do you know what I mean?
They like a nice party in Leeds, don't they, mate?
Best, so good parties, but don't worry. But this particular moment in my life, I was sat there thinking, I just want to go home. I don't want to be here, and I didn't know what to do. And I was thinking, I put it on fucking Facebook. I didn't know where my head was at. I didn't know. I just put, I'm at a party and I don't know what I'm doing. I put something silly like I was 21 and my head was fucked. I've been out for days. My girlfriend just passed away and whatever. And again, like I know it sounds thingy, but my mum rang me and said, "What you doing? Do you want me to come get you?" Because she knew what I was going through. She was seeing it every day.
She's your mum, innit?
She rang me, said, "Oh, I couldn't get you." And then I'd done a full year of that. And then on Boxing Day, I had my last party. I said, "Like, that's it. I'm not doing it anymore." And then I started grieving. Then I stopped drinking. I stopped partying, and I started grieving because of the full year I was partying 3-4 nights a week off me not sleeping, spending a few days with my son at home, trying to look after him while I was fucked, and then getting straight back on it again because I was throwing parties every weekend. I was making money because they were my parties, but my head was just fucking blitzed, bro.
Because not dealing with any trauma.
Not dealing with anything. I was putting it all away and chasing this feeling of it not being there anymore, and then coming back and deal with it 10 times worse. And then and then I just packed in and I started grieving, and it's just like you say, it's not been easy, but the thing that has kept me going through these certain things, this is just one or two little examples of things that have happened. It has been my boy, do you know what I mean? I've always had him since I've always had to try and get through it for that, and it's just fucking mad, bro.
Yeah, it's good though, man. It's good that you've come through all that and just come out and still been, like I was smoking crack at 13, 14, 15, and it wasn't until I got to 17 that I stopped smoking crack every single day, but I did smoke it continuously up until I was 20 odd years of age. And then I got to a stage where I just thought, I can't do this no more. Yeah. This is only for mugs and junkies, and I'm not a mug or a junkie, so I'm not doing it. But I was heavily involved with drugs and drink and violence all the way through my childhood, adolescence. So I never ever dealt with any trauma. I never dealt with any trauma, and I just buried it all for years and years and years. And I think that's what fueled me to be the lunatic that I was. Because although I didn't feel like a insane at the time, after sort of going through my transition, I've actually realised I was I was proper insane. I was. Everyone used to call me Mad Marvin, you're a lunatic. And none of you used to see it, but now I actually look and think, wow. Yeah. But that's the power of drugs, drink, and sort of lost souls.
It is, without a doubt, and it's just it's what I like to call being in pilot mode, co-pilot mode, or autopilot. That's autopilot, because what you was doing, and then you come off the thing when you were 17 and you started doing all the stuff you were doing. That's what masked it. That's you in autopilot doing what you know how to do, because you didn't know how to be how you are now, which is so much.
I'm still
more
learning now.
Wholesome.
I'm still learning now, mate. I'm learning now how to communicate without emotion, how to respond rather than react. So there's little things I'm still learning now, because I still snap every now and then. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm perfect in front of the camera, but I'm still human. My kids still wind me up. My partner still wind me up. Like people on the street wind me up. Like now, I don't react to it no more. Like road rage and all that, I won't entertain it. Violence on the street, I won't entertain it. It's just going through the transitions to become who we are is what ultimately makes us the men we become.
Without a doubt.
So now you've gone through the trials, tribulations, the tests. You've hit rock bottom. You've snapped out of it, and then you've come back, all guns blazing,
bro,
into a shining star. So let's talk about the upward journey now.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah,
so,
good. So,
when did you feel the trajectory change? Because you must have had an idea. Fuck, this is different now. Like it's different now.
Yeah. To be fair, bro, there's been a number of moments throughout the music thing. I bought a restaurant when I was younger as well. It went fucking tits up, mate.
What you're showing is these entrepreneurial skills. Like, what you're telling me today, I never knew none of this about you. I'm thinking, wow, you little bastard.
There's loads.
Look at this little cunt, he's always been all right.
I bought a restaurant for my mum. I come from my mum's side are Italian, my dad's are Irish, and I always loved growing up with my granddad who, the food, and they all that kind of, carry on with restaurants and the music and stuff like that. So I bought it for my mum. She was working, she did a shit job. Anyway, and the fucking, when I got that on the, that was a nice moment in my life, because I remember being sat there with my family, my boy, my mum, in this restaurant, what I'd bought, a beautiful Italian. My granddad had passed away a year before my missus. And I remember he sat there thinking, I'm only fucking 23 or something. I'm fucking got a restaurant, only family, sat eating. on opening night, the chef got hit by a fucking bus.
Shut up.
Bro, yeah. Bro. And it went tits up, bro. It caused me fucking murders. I lost everything. Lost my house, my car. I had to sell everything. I ended up living homeless, bro. You know what I mean? So, I don't know how long you've got, but we've got a lot of ups and downs.
No, but listen, so what we're establishing now is the ups and the downs of what. Without that happening, right, like for argument's sake, right, if that never happened, you might have been stuck in a restaurant forever.
There you go, yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So there's a reason for everything.
Fair enough,
there is a reason for everything. And you are where you are at a specific moment in time when you're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Right? And we've got to learn from everything we go through. So obviously it was a fantastic moment. It's a memory that you got that you give your mum. Yeah. And then it went tits up because your chef got ironed out like that. Do you know what I mean? But, you know what I'm saying? You weren't responsible for that.
No,
but look,
but I took the fucking. He was sweet.
So in life,
now.
What I'm saying is,
I was fucked.
So what I'm saying, in life, right, there's hurdles. Some people run smack bang in the middle of the hurdles and fall over. But what I like to demonstrate is if you can jump over them hurdles like myself and yourself, right, then you keep it moving. So all these detrimental things that have happened to you, you've never sat and dwelled and felt sorry for yourself and made yourself a victim. You've just got up, brushed it off, and just kept it moving. Jumped the next hurdle. Oh, there's another hurdle. Fuck this. Over that one. Another one. Oh, slide under that one. Jump over that one. And now the trajectory of your journey has not stopped moving upwards. No matter how many hurdles you faced, you've overcome them. You've slid under them or you've jumped over them and you've bypassed them. And then you got to where you are today. Because don't lose focus on where you are today. Because where you are today is an amazing achievement. Right? Even just the last hour we spoke, right? Half of the people that are watching would have give up at the first hurdle. Do you know what I mean? They would have crumbled. They would have become junkies after their bird died. Do you know what I mean? They would have been this after they lost the club. They would have been this after the restaurant. Like, there's people out there right now, they've had restaurants. The restaurants fell apart and they've ended up killing themselves. Or they've ended up on drink and drugs. Do you know what I'm saying? There's people that have had partners, their partners have passed away and they've just give up and cut their wrists or killed themselves or got on drink and drugs. But you look $1 million. Come on, man. You've matured well. You've used every hurdle as a learning, like, what's it? A learning lesson. You've learned. You've grown from everything. Even the first time I met you, right? You was like. You was a lot skinnier than you are today. You might not think it, but you was a lot skinnier. Your face was a bit drawn, and you was a little bit more like. And I was like, fuck it. I was like, Andy, here. I said, is he all right? Yeah, no, he's cool. Because you was just full on.
Wild,
do you understand? You were just full on, mate. But there's a reason for all of that. Right? Because of the hurdles you've been through and the mask we got to put on in society to fit in and slide through. Now you're in the corporate world. You've become a lot more corporate in your older years, I must say. You're a lot more sort of mature. You're a lot calmer. You're a lot more reserved. Do you know what I mean? And you can have a decent conversation. Do you understand? So come on, man. This is what it's about.
That's nice.
It's come on. Come on.
That's what.
Come on.
Come on.
Do you know what I mean? Like when you think back of where you've been, 98% of people wouldn't have been where you are today. So you got to pat yourself on the back, and I've got to shake your hand again. I can't help shaking people's hand because it's achievements, right? Now nice, I'm just thinking, I've been a mug because I could have done all of that. I'll give you an example. Someone come to me one day, right? There was a club in Camden called Arizona's. It was a wine bar. It was a wine bar and restaurant, eatery. There was a club around the corner called WKD's and a bar called the Solo Bar. 3 bars, right? So there was 3 bars and 4 houses that I got offered, right? I got offered a geezer called Jimmy, right? South American Jimmy, but he was a good guy. And he used to look after me in his bars and everything. He came to me one day, he said, Marvin, he said, I think I'm going to go back home. He said, I want to sell my businesses. He said, I'd like you to have them because he used to have dramas at all his clubs and all his places, right? But then basically, because he became my friend, no one would fuck about in his bars and clubs. So they showed him respect. So if there was people messing about in there, he'd call me and I'd turn up and say, what the fuck are you doing? This is my gaff, mate. What are you doing? Oh, Marv, I didn't realise. I'm sorry. I'd say, wind your neck in, you little cunt. Do you know what I mean? Stop being this. So then after a few years, he says to me, look, I want to go back home, like, and I want you to buy them. So I've gone to him, how much, right? And this is how deep it was, right? It come to £180,000, right, for the lot.
For all 3?
And 4 houses, right? And I went, no, but this was in the...
Because he wanted to just get off.
No, but this is in the 90s. This is when things were relatively cheap. It weren't like how it is now. And like, it was, no, it wasn't. It was $100,000 for Arizona's, 60 grand for Solo Bar, and I think 70 grand for WKD's. And then he said to me, he'll give me the houses for 400 grand combined. So it was about 500-600 grand altogether for all these properties, right? And I went, oh no, do you know what, I'm all right. And I had the money coming in and out. He said to me, look, I don't want it all at once. Give me 100 this month, 100 in 6 months. And just pay me off. And I was like, do you know what, Jim? Because I didn't understand mortgages, right? So I said, right, explain it to me. He said, right, it costs this much, it costs that much, you got to pay this. I said, what, for 20 years? I'm in my head, I'm thinking, I ain't paying that. I ain't having a debt for 20 years. Fuck that. So I never understood what mortgages were. I didn't understand what renting to buy or leases, and I didn't know nothing about the property game, right? Right. So when he's offering me, this is 500-600 grand. Yeah. I'm thinking, what, for a debt for 25 years? Are you mad? Fuck off. Now they're worth fucking 15 million quid, 16 million quid combined. Like, the houses are worth over £1 million each. And then my other mates asked me to invest, and I'll give you this one, in Camden Town in a bar. And when they first started, it's called Gilgamesh. It was called Gilgamesh, right? So they wanted 150 grand off me to invest, right? I said, what, in Camden Town, in the stables? Are you fucking mad? Piss off. And I've gone and got a 5-year sentence, come out and got Gilgamesh. 3 years later, they sold it for 23 million quid.
Oh,
fucking damn! And that's Jeffrey and Stephen Lim, they're good mates of mine, but they've got a wicked Oriental restaurant called Singapore Gardens on Fairfax Road in London, and it is the best Chinese restaurant you ever eaten. But they offered me an opportunity when I was a kid because I was making money to invest with them, and I pissed them off because I wasn't business savvy. So when I'm listening to you now, I'm just thinking, wow, the shit I missed out on. So the youngsters that have got entrepreneurial brains, like young Tom, they're just focused on developing the right strategy and the right network and the right environments to grow, because your elders in your area that are selling drugs and committing crime are not the people that are going to invest in you or help you grow or even support you in your growth. They'll hold you back because they're jealous, because they can't be who you are. So don't fall victim to that road life, man. It ain't worth it. For what? For what? Yeah? For what? You have to turn your life around at 45 years of age. 45 years of age, I turned my life around. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Like 5 years ago. Like 2015, I decided to turn my life around, Tom. Up until then, I was hard at it. For what? For what?
But you've done it, bro.
Yeah, I know. But the point is, for what though? I went look 40 fucking odd years I've wasted chasing a mythological dream. Now, don't get it twisted. I handled millions of pounds, but I also owed millions of pounds. Do you understand? I owed millions, like you couldn't imagine, over the years. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hundreds of thousands. Something goes over, you got to pay that back. You got fuck. This goes over. That, someone gets nicked. Someone gets. You've lost dough. You're losing. It's not always win. I wish I'd have had your mindset when I was growing up, because your journey, although you've had your fucking astronomical hurdles that you overcome, I wouldn't be the man I am today if I hadn't overcome my hurdles. Do you understand? You wouldn't be the man you are today if you never overcome your hurdles. And what you've overcome in your life, from just what you've told me, and I know there's a lot more that you haven't gone into, because it's just now, like, I don't go into everything. So what you've been through is fucking traumatic, bro. Enough to make a man go bald, and you got a lovely set of hair. Do you know what I mean? You got all your eyebrows, you ain't got no grey hairs. Do you understand? Like, come on. Like, I know people my age, man, they've got no hair, bro.
You've got good hair.
I've got good hair. Do you know what I mean? I ain't even got that many grey hairs, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? That's how shows how insane I was. I was that insane, I ain't even got a grey hair, mate. Right? So it's about the journey we've been on. It's about the lessons we've learned, and it's about the results and sort of the achievement, the underlying achievement. So personally, I think you're an amazing individual. Now, you've made mistakes like many of us have made, right? But where you are and where you're going is second to none. And again, I'm proud to have you a family friend.
Thank you, brother.
Come on, man.
Always,
Tom,
bro.
You know, man.
Always,
Do you know what I'm saying?
come on, bro.
It's just deep. So,
I swear.
going back to your story now, the trajectory picked up. You got into the music picked up. You started growing. And then you might not think it, but you become a superstar, mate. And you did become a superstar. Like, I don't give a fuck what you say. You was a superstar. Like, from the working class environment that I come from, like, Tom Zanetti was the guy. Like, you're the man. Like, for the young generations, you're the man. Even now, today, like, people get excited. Like I told people, I'm going to do Tom. Shut up, shut. You ain't doing Tom. I said, of course I am. He's a family friend. Shut up. Let me come with you next time you do a thing. Let me come. I said, I'll tell you what, we'll sort something out.
Yeah,
so now I'm going to use you as an incentive to keep young kids off the road.
Yeah, good,
and then
bro.
I'm going to bring them up to meet you, to do things with you, even do fucking little features with them, do anything.
Without
Do you understand?
doubt, yeah.
This is what we need to gas these youngsters in the right direction.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So
I'd love to
you
come
heard
down,
it here. He said he'll feature on our youngsters. So if I give you the green light, you're working with Tom. Yeah, come on. And that's what I'm saying. Like public, that's like a public hijacking. Do you know what I mean? Like, but we are them people, and I know he'll do it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we've done it. We've been there. We've seen it. We've jumped the hurdles. Do you know what I mean? And we've gone through trials and tribulations separately and together. Do you understand? We've dealt with things together. Do you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, we wouldn't have had the relationship we've got if we never had any trauma to deal with. And that's how simple life is.
That's it,
so life doesn't grow and become harmonious overnight. It is the hurdles that you've got to overcome which will create harmony. Yeah. And it's the relationships you make and the way you communicate which will develop friendships. And I believe that we've got a good friendship. I've never had a pound out of you. You've never had a pound out of me.
It's not about that, bro.
It's not about, we've never had a pound out of each other. Do you understand? Like, I've never even asked him for a ticket. Do you understand? They say, Tom, I've got some kids, I need 15 tickets. Now, if I rang him up and said I could have some tickets, there's no way in a million years he's going to say no. But I'm never going to say to my youngsters, if you don't want to go and see Tom, come and see me, I'll get you tickets. Fuck that. He's worked hard. He deserves payment. So you deserve everything you get. That's why I'll never ring up and ask for any tickets unless I'm coming. I'll say, Tom, I'm coming with a couple of tickets.
I'd have the red carpet out for you, bro. You know I would, bro. But it's good what you're saying here. Like, I'm taking a lot from it. And, like, again, like going back to speaking to kids and stuff. And so my boy there, I'm talking about him, he's had so many chances where he could go the wrong way, and he's lived in rough areas and stuff like that as we've grown up. But I just say to him, look, just sacrifice. You need to set goals. Look where you want to be. Sacrifice fucking around with mates, fucking around to make a quick money on stupid stuff. Think about where you want to be in life and aim towards it. And then it sounds cliche, and if you do that, that's where you're gonna get. And like every time I've had these hurdles, I've had to get out of bed. I've had to get up. I have no option. I've got a little boy. I've got no option to do the worst and end it all. I've had to just get up and crack on. And I feel like if you're going through an hard time, an impossible time, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. If you get your head right and you think, right, I have to get up. I have to keep going. I have to get up and get on with my day and think where I'm going to go next, because you can't just sit and wither away. You need to get up, get a shower, get out of bed and fucking attack the day, because if you don't,
How long have you been going to the gym?
I've been going for a long time, bro. Now, yeah.
So what I'm saying to you, right? Because I believe the gym helped me overcome all my trauma.
Without a doubt, yeah.
Right? So I released everything in the gym. So whenever I was angry, fuming, I had to go boxing. I had to fight, and I had to fight the pros that could smash my face in. Yeah. But they never did. Yeah. So I was that angry that I put fear into everyone I got in the ring with, and to the point where they was like, "This guy's a fucking lunatic. I don't want to spar with this. I don't want to spar." And the world champions that I've sparred, they know that I can only do 3 or 4 rounds with them. So after 3 or 4 rounds, they'll pick me apart. But for the first 3 or 4 rounds, there ain't a boxer on the planet that I can't stand in the ring with. All right, I'll get hurt. But they're gonna know it's the hardest 3 or 4 rounds they've done.
Yeah, because you was a fighter when you're going up as well.
I was at it, man.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, love
it, mate. And that's the madness, you know. But yeah, we've all been through it.
But yeah, the gym. What you said, like that, fucking bro. Even like it, the way I feel, if you go to the gym, you've achieved something that day for yourself, for your body, for your everything. It's like subconsciously that you've achieved something. You feel better, because there's been times where I've gone to the gym and I felt so fucking lethargic. I didn't even want to go. And I sat outside the gym like, fuck me, I can't be arsed. Then halfway through, I get it done. The heart's pumping, the happy endorphins are going. I just feel better, and I come out electric, and I'm buzzing. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you get that done every day, and it's just, you're fucking buzzing, bro. The gym is a very important exercise for your mind, for your body, achieving, like, well-being.
And your soul, man. Mind, body, and soul.
Bro,
so how was your diet growing up?
Yeah, I just fucking ate anything growing up. Do you know what I mean? I used to eat anything, bro, and then, like, but over the past couple of years where I've been wanting to take care of myself now, I have a very balanced diet, bro.
And your skin looks amazing. I'm not fake or nothing, but your skin looks fucking sick, bro.
Well, like, I've got fucking psoriasis all under my eyes.
But you can't even see it.
It's all fucking.
But you can't even see it.
It's all coming out,
bro. You can't even see it. You can't.
But do you know what the truth to that is? I drink 3 litres of water a day.
Right, here's another tip for you.
Go on.
Now, what you got to do, you got to get a Kangen machine.
Okay.
Right, it changes the pH level of your water to 9.5.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
all I
yeah.
drink. That's why I only drink that.
I swear, yeah.
That's
yeah.
why I won't drink nothing else. I only drink my water. I only eat my food. That's why I only eat the seaweed.
Yeah.
So I eat seaweed. I don't snack on nothing but seaweed.
Yeah, I swear, yeah, just the goodness.
That's how you want the fish eat.
Yeah,
Everyone eats fish because it's healthy as food, but they don't realise that it's transferable protein and minerals from the fish from what the fish is.
Because they've been eating shite and other fish and all that.
No, it isn't. What the fish eats, plankton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most fish eat plankton.
Yeah.
When they're eating all the plankton, all that nutrients they're using to create their muscles for swimming. Yeah. Like when you eat the fish, you're eating the protein, the minerals, and the vitamins out of the fish. It's transferred minerals and protein. Same thing with chicken. Same thing with eggs.
Yeah, bad stuff. Yeah.
Right, it's all bad for you, apart from a small percentage of it. So I only eat predominantly plant-based now.
Yeah,
so raw plants. Yeah.
That's good. I was looking at your Instagram and I went right down. I seen some of the little recipes you're cooking up, bro, and the smoothies and the fish the beetroot and the fucking kale and all the good stuff, bro.
Now my Instagram is 6 years old. So there's stuff on there with a bit like corn-fed chickens on there, but then there's only Alaskan salmon, like all the best of the fish. So we don't only line-caught fish. You don't eat any farm fish. So all the pink fish, the pink salmon is poison.
Oh really?
Yeah, you got to get Alaskan.
I eat a lot of salmon.
You got to get Alaskan salmon. Try Alaskan salmon. You see what I'm talking. Alaskan salmon is sick, and it's like meat.
Ben, you'll take a lot from this as well because he's been really getting into his diet and his
food. Wild Alaskan salmon. It was the only salmon I ate. I ate monkfish, lobster. Lobster, corn-fed chicken. So unless the chicken is yellow, I ain't eating it.
Yeah.
I don't eat white chickens. That's poison.
So
come on, man.
Bro, I'm putting so much fucking chicken and salmon in me, bro.
But what's that? You're gonna get goodness out of it.
I want to see what you can put together without cheese, dairy, fish, chicken, all that.
I'll do your dinner.
Yeah.
I promise you. Trust me. Do you want Italian? Do you want Indian? Do you want Chinese? Whatever. I can cook anything from scratch.
We'll see. You surprise me.
No,
We'll see when I come over. Yeah.
Trust me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do this.
Swear.
The best things I do.
What do you use, like chickpeas and fucking all that comfort?
Just veg, bruv.
Swear.
Just veg.
Or spices.
I put half a chili in.
Yeah.
Put the seasoning in.
Swear.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what I use more than anything. I use aubergine. I use aubergine, courgettes, broccoli, and onions. In my curry is.
Yeah, the one.
Mate,
bro?
Mate. You ain't doing a better curry than me.
I'm fucking starving me now, bro.
You ain't doing a better curry than me. I do a veg.
Bro.
I do a veg bolognese, right?
Swear.
And you will not know the difference, right? I'm telling you, you think there's meat in this, but the meat's the mushrooms. Because what I do it in a certain way where I chop the mushrooms so fucking fine.
Yeah. It melts.
No, it's just like mincemeat. It's just like mincemeat. So when they're eating the bolognese with the tomatoes, because I don't just do bolognese with tomatoes, I put veg in my bolognese. So I use aubergines. Yeah. Because aubergines thickens up the juice.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
When I cook for you, trust me, we're going to come back on one day and you're going to say, Marv's cooking.
Yeah, you should do, bro. You should do like a little recipe for your gram, bro.
We're doing it.
For your podcast, for like a fucking.
We're doing it. We've done one, haven't we,
Marv, bro?
We've done one.
Chefing up with Marv.
No, I've done it. I'm going to record 1 meal a month or 1 meal a week.
Do that. That's
one meal.
I'll take a lot from that, me, bro. I'd use them. I'd put them.
They're coming up.
Recipes into place, bro.
They're coming up.
Yeah, man.
Right. So where did we get to? We got to your trajectory. Because you know what it is I want you to actually make my younger viewers, aware of the feeling with the private jets, the first class, the hotels, like the celebrity status, where you actually got to, because that's what they want. Everybody wants the jets, everybody wants the helicopters, everybody wants the 5 stars, everybody wants the big dough, the big whips, right? But when you make a certain status in life and you get all this stuff laid on, what's the feeling like? How does it feel to actually do all this stuff? Like, because I know, but it's just different. I'm hearing it from you, like
it's much even now. Like one thing that I genuinely mean, like I'm grateful for everything, bro. Completely grateful. I remember one thing. This is gonna sound really weird, and people might not be able to even familiarise themselves with it or resonate. When I was a kid at my mum's house in this council house, it's gonna sound daft, but all my pals' house or nice houses that I went to, they always had that kitchen roll Yeah, in kitchen. And that was like a luxury, bro. We never had kitchen roll. Do you know what I mean? Like just like we never had kitchen roll, bro. And I know it sounds so stupid. People don't understand.
The people do. Because you don't realise how many people out there don't go out kitchen roll.
So every time I come by some kitchen roll, I'm grateful, bro. Because I remember that when I was a kid, I never had it. I used to go to it was always a nice house if they had like kitchen roll or they had cans of pop in fridge or something like that. We never had that. It was just water and whatever. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, and so now every single day I'm grateful, bro. And that's why I feel like. I feel so lucky that certain things have happened to me and I've worked hard for them. So when I do lose certain things financially, I'll get back to... I've been bankrupt twice, bro. So when I get back to bare minimal, I've been there before. Do you know what I mean? I grew up like that. And it's like, when I'm at bare minimal, anything that I get, I'm grateful for. So it's like, I just work my ass off to get back there, bro. Because you can do it. Do you know what I mean? You just got to sacrifice and just... stay in your lane, don't get distracted by fucking mad shit, bro, and just keep in your lane. And then when you sat on a jet with your family or you're in a 5-star hotel and you look and I'm feeling fucking, I take my families on holidays and stuff like that, stuff that I never dreamed of, and I'm sat living that, I just think, I enjoy every moment, bro. Do you know what I mean?
And that's just the testament to hard work. Really determination and commitment. And if you're not hard working, determined or committed, then you're not going to achieve these goals.
Trust
and
me,
this is the messages I want to put out there.
Yeah.
Now, none of this has come easy. None of it's come free. This has been hard work and sacrifice your whole entire life. Even you've been bankrupt twice. People don't even understand what bankrupt. That means when you're fucking broke and you've got nothing and you actually have to pay a certain amount of money back to the government until you can have a bank account. Damn. And you can't own nothing. Twice. No, come on, man. That's deep, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know what this shit's about.
Bro.
Do you know what I mean?
It's not easy, bro. Like I said, it's fucking...
What I'm saying to people, kill themselves when they get bankrupt. People give up when they get bankrupt. Not only have you been on the verge of being fucking killed, fucking put in prison, losing your life, and every other hurdle you've overcome, you've actually lost everything twice. Right, so that is enough to send anyone to the loony bin and smackhead like, come on, people like by now, do you know what I mean? Like, look, you look $1 million. Right? Now, if you never told me none of that, I would never have believed that. If someone had told me you'd have been through that, I would have said, shut up, you cunt. I always thought you was a pretty boy that had been looked after your whole life.
Everyone thinks...
No, but this is what I'm saying. Look,
they don't realise that where I come from, similar place to you, we've done all the same.
So like I've just said to you, man, I would have, without this podcast today, without this podcast today, I would have always had the opinion that you was just a pretty little boy, sweet boy who's been been spoiled his whole life. Little fucking little tantrum, do you understand? Like, and if it weren't for me cousin, and my love for him and his love for you, we wouldn't even have this relationship. Because I was like, isn't he a pretty boy? Fucking giving it, fuck him. And he was like, Marvin, like, he's like family, I love him, man. I was like, are you sure? Does he mean that much to you? He's like, yeah.
But at the same time, people's what they might have, they can look at me like that and they don't know fuck all. And I've been through more than most people. People can look at you as like they don't understand how deep you are and how fucking. Do you know what I mean? There's more substance to anyone, bro, than what you see on the front. People might have seen you in newspaper or might have seen this mad stuff. They don't know you're a proper guy. Do you know what I mean, bro?
But they wouldn't be wrong in believing what they read.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like
what I'm saying is you can't judge a book by its cover. Do you know what I mean? Like I've got people looking at me on Instagram and thinking exactly what you just said. He's been brought up around dough and all that just because I've got a bit of dough now, but I am, bro. I've had to fucking fight tooth and nail for it, bro.
My respect levels have gone through the roof today, Tom, to be fair. Because I actually believed you come from a privileged background and you had everything growing up and you just fell on your feet and you linked a few people in the right places and you took off.
Kitchen roll, bro.
See? I love that, man. Bro. What is it? I had the same feeling growing up as a kid. Going in people's houses thinking, right, what's that?
Yeah, bro.
What's that? They've got kitchen roll, wipe your hands. I'm like,
I swear, bro, they're getting all
I ain't got toilet roll in my toilet.
Stuff out of the fridge and that you think like all the proper stuff and all this, and you have fat little dinners at your friend's house and that. I used to love going
I'll give you a story now, right? When we first come to London, right, there used to be a thing in Liverpool where they used to be like the Afro-Caribbean. I don't know what people were, but we had to eat pig's tails. Like, they used to make this stew with pig's tails, right?
Yeah.
And I used to love it.
Yeah.
Because in Liverpool, everyone had it. It was somewhere everyone had. So I've come to London, and I've had a couple of my mates around, going, who wants a bit of food? They're like, what's that? I said, pig's tails. They're like, what's that? I said pixels. I was like, you're nasty, bruv. And then it went round my school about pixels, and I was just from that I just hated my mum and dad. How could you make me eat? Everyone has roast dinners and everyone has this, and you make me eat pixels. And because I was very vocal as a kid, I always quoted my dad and said things to my dad and got an idea. I was one of them kids. I used to go around people's houses and think, why can't we eat like this?
Yeah, same, bro.
Why can't we have that?
And
like
I used to always see the Lurpak in the fridge and that, and you know, the expensive shit. And I'm like,
my mum, the good thing about my mum, she always had anchor butter.
Oh, this, yeah.
Always had anchor butter, no matter what, anchor butter.
Nice, yeah.
Anchor butter, mate. Yeah. I mean, like, when it was good in my house, it was good. And when it was bad, it was just bad. We had more bad days than good. Yeah. But that helped me and my brothers and sisters become the phenomenal human beings we are today. And that's the message is, no matter what you've got to go through, as long as you stay committed, focused, and real, then you're going to achieve your goals, man. So see it, believe it, and achieve it is a great terminology for me. And what I promote now, more than anything, is question the for what.
Yeah.
For what? Don't risk your liberty. Don't risk your future. Don't risk your life for someone giving you a product that's going to put you in prison. Someone's going to give you a bit of work that's going to get you killed. Someone's going to do things that can just disrupt your life. You've got to ask the question. For what?
What am I doing it for?
For what? For what? How long is this going to last for? How long am I going to be? Yeah, it's just for what, mate? For what?
I love
Come
that,
on.
Bro. For what?
For what?
For what?
Come
bro?
on.
For what, bro? Come on.
They're just coming out. It's sick. And that's the beautiful thing about life.
For what, bro? I like that.
Moving forward, what are you doing? What are you coming up in the future? Obviously, we're going to set up some programs, right? So I'm going to ask you now, right? I'm doing Charlie's one. I'm going to do DJ course with Charlie.
Yeah, nice.
Right, so we'll do an MC course with Tom.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I've got the DJ, I've got the MC, and then I've got the producers. So I've got another couple of producers. So we're going to train the kids, right, to your standards. And once they get your standards, then we get an accredited certificate for them. And then we put them on tours in all the clubs that we've worked in. We're connected. Do you understand? So we've got the network. We've got the network. I've done it already with young Riley Thompson. A young kid called Riley Thompson. He was in the Peru Centre. He was messing about, smoking weed, drinking. All of a sudden, he's basically vegan now, and he cooks his mum dinners. And he's got kickboxing. And
that's proper.
He gets into jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, and he's just been a couple of qualifications he's got from music. I don't, because I'm not into the music, but. We got him into a college when the Peru said they can't get him into college. So I was like, what? To his mum. I said, no, this is deep, Lees. Don't do this. I said, listen, I'll pay for a course. So go and find a course that he wants to do and I'll pay for it. Right. So then she got to the colleges and found out, and she come back to me and said, we don't have to pay. I said, what are you talking about? Yeah. She said, we don't have to pay. I said, why? She said, he qualifies. I said, wow. When his Bridge Academy, right, the people that fucking were supposed to look after him and get him away from trouble, they just threw him to the wolves, mate. Yeah. Threw him to the wolves and left him. And I rang him up. I said, how could you do that? I've actually got him into college. Like you said he don't qualify, but he's in college. How has that happened? Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying to you? And then he's gone into college now. Now his face is cleared up. He's in the gym 3 times a week. Obviously not now, but he's training every day. He's working with his mum. He even cooks his mum dinners and stuff every now and then.
That's lovely, bro.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It sounds like he's proper going on straight and narrow there.
And then I took him on tour with Charlie.
Yeah, did you swear?
Yeah, he done 5 on the beach. He done 5 on the beach.
How sick is Charlie, bro?
Yeah, come on, man.
He's the sickest energy, bro. To be around you and Charlie and all the people just completely open his kids' eyes.
Yeah, and that's
to see what you can do, bro.
He went Malia. He went Magaluf.
Yeah, it's sick
over
there.
I've took him, where'd he go? Crete. Did he come Marbella? He's been 3 places with me. So, Fire in the Park.
Oh, yeah.
Fire in the Park. Yeah. Fire on the Beach and Magaluf.
Oh, sick.
And he was behind the scenes with Charlie in Magaluf when Charlie was on the decks DJing. And I got him performing on Fire on the Beach on the stage. He was backstage with everybody. He was backstage with H and everyone. He was buzzing.
That's fucking beautiful.
So, I mean, he got on the stage, warm-up act and done his bits and pieces, and then a lot come on after. But he was actually on the stage with all of them lot. When they was performing, he was backstage and he was just gassed. Like,
bro, that's mad.
I mean, so
that's mad.
The same thing I'm going to do with you, if I'm allowed to, is basically give these kids that incentive.
Bro,
and then take them,
bro. We've been trying to do it before everything like the lockdown. We were saying we were going to do these things. You've been fucking putting all this stuff together, bro. Whenever you need me, bro,
all I need is you now. That's it. So
there, bro.
We've got the programs drawn up. We've got the training drawn up, but it's now the employment. So I couldn't do it and say it's going to be the Tom Zanetti MC thing unless I've actually had the green light. And now hundreds of thousands of people who've seen the green light.
Bro,
No pressure.
I've seen how much you've been working on putting all this together, bro.
Come on, man, we've
Do you know
been
what I
doing
mean?
it.
You fucking, I'm there whenever you need it, bro. You've been there for me. Do you know what I mean?
Come
So
on, it's
we
all
look
good, it's
after
all
each
good.
other, bro. I love that.
So where are you going now? What have you got planned for the next few years? Like,
So all this time throughout lockdown and stuff's given me a lot of time
and
to
promote
work.
anything you want to promote, your platforms, your social medias, all that sort of stuff on
Yeah,
my platform. Do you know what I mean?
bro,
Because
yeah,
you're going to
man.
build up some more traction as well for my viewers. Do you know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
love that, bro. I'm gonna blast it all over mine as well, anyway.
That's
So
it,
it's
everything
like,
will be up.
but yeah, fucking, I've just been making loads of music, bro. I've got a music video coming out in 2 weeks. I've been on a TV show that's coming out on Monday night. That fucking Celebs Go Dating, bro. That was fucking.
I heard
bro.
about
You'll
that,
have to
I
see
heard
that,
about
bro.
that. Yeah.
Bro, it's like I've been approached to do TV every year for a lot of years. All these different
We've
shows.
got some ideas for you.
But bro,
I've got some wicked ideas, you know.
yeah, I bet you have, bro.
telling
I
you.
know you have,
And they
bro.
work as well.
You need a
And they'll
TV
work.
show, bro.
No, it'll come. It's all coming. It's
coming,
all coming,
bro.
It's all coming.
Come
You've got your foot in the door for us all, innit? So
Yeah, come on,
where
bro.
you go, we go. You know,
Yeah,
it's
it's done, but
where we
but
went,
yeah, this
we went.
show, bro. I've been asked to go on TV every year. All these shows and stuff like that. I went into Love Island as a DJ, done a little cameo, then bounced. But I've not actually took part in the show. But this year, they rang me and they said, "Look, this Celebs Go Dating. I've never even seen the show. I've not watched it. They get a celeb to have a date with a single, like a civilian, person.
Yeah, normal.
Put them in a bar and blah blah blah. They have a date in a bar and then they go, and if they want to speak, they can. But with this, bro, because of lockdown, they've got a £30 million mansion in Surrey. They've put me and 10 other celebs in this mansion. 50 singles, yeah, and we're all having a party for 3 weeks, bro. I swear to God, bro, it's fucking cold.
Your kind of TV show, lad.
My kind of party, bro. Bro, it comes out on Monday night.
Ah, wicked. Congratulations again. Look,
I'm going to be cringing my back out watching it, bro.
Oh, mate.
Bro,
I'm going to watch it now just so I can have some ammo on you, son. Oh, fuck, Tom, man. Fuck. What?
Oh, smashed it, bro.
Yeah.
Cleaned up, bro. You know me. Come on, bro. Come on.
Come on.
So on top of that, I've got a few other TV opportunities coming up, but I'm going to utilise that to push music and whatever else and just get out there and do it. Do you know what I mean?
Come on, man.
Bro, so
We got it coming.
we need to get it, bro. We need to get this fucking. I need to see this.
The Life of Marv.
Bro, I need it, bro.
It's
The
coming,
Life of
Tom, man.
Marv.
It's coming. The Life of Marv. And that's Bradley Skeet giving me that title because I spent a bit of time with Bradley Skeet, the boxer, right? He's on his comeback now. And I've spent some time with him in Marbella and a few places. And he just come out of it one day. He was like,
The Life of
the
Marv.
Life of Marv.
Yeah, it's got a
I was
sick
like,
ring to it.
I said, what do you mean about that? He said, bruv,
Bro,
you live different, you know.
yeah.
This is different.
So,
Like,
I'm gasping,
he
mate.
said, I've been around some people. He said, but Marv, this is different.
Well, your story's incredible, bro. It's incredible and it's unique and it's real, bro. And the fact you're here to tell it, that's very
The mad thing about it is, I actually wanted to be the biggest, baddest villain in the world. That's what I aimed for.
And you was.
And I got there. I actually got there.
Bro.
And how I can sort of support that statement was one of the biggest, baddest men on the planet. Yeah, I said to him one day, I said, what is it about? Like, why'd you have it with me? Like, why'd you treat me better than some of the people? And he said to me, you know what, Mum, no disrespect, mate. He said, you're here on your own.
Yeah.
You're here on your own.
Yeah.
On your own. There's that firm, there's this firm, there's that firm, there's this firm, but you're here on your own, mate.
Yeah, sick.
And like what you've been through and what you've overcome, mate.
Yeah, sick.
Like,
Bro. Yeah, bro, you made a
like,
big stamp, bro.
Mate,
Talk to you, bro. You had it all locked down, bro.
Even when I got shot, right, like the pain I had to go through to get up and go to the shop or get up and get, like, mate, it was just so excruciating. It used to make me scream like, my little mate Sam, yeah, because if I'd have tried to do this, all this will break.
Yeah.
So he had to lift my leg up everywhere I went. So I was in Spain, I'm grafting, right? I'm grafting, doing deals, doing everything. And I'm like, ooh, ooh. That's how I'm coming on a meeting. I'm like,
Oh, God. Yeah.
I'll be sweating. Give 5 minutes, give a minute.
That's okay. So,
I'll be like,
imagine that in like in a movie scene,
Yeah.
bro.
Watch this, right? And then all of a sudden, I'd go,
Right.
wow. How many of them fucking things you got? Listen, they need to be here on this day. They need to be there. No. Or where's the money? What are you fucking planning? And like, because I was wild at them times, I'd just back out my thing. I'd say, listen, I ain't got, because at the time, yeah. This is how I used to sit there, right? I used to sit there like this. I just go, bruv, do you think I've got something to lose here? Do you really think I've got something to lose? Don't fuck about, bruv. This needs to be paid today. And they're like, this geezer. This geezer, like, what's he got to lose? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's proper.
that's the madness. It was, But that was my normal because I had to do it.
Bro.
No, but I had to live that life because who's going to pay for my kids? Who's going to feed me? Do you understand? Who's going to pay? I've got 5 kids. Like, who's going to pay for them? I had to make some money. By the grace of God, he allowed me to walk again because I promised not to hurt any people. I said, I'm never going to shoot anybody ever again. Ever again. I'm never going to shoot someone. I'm not going to stab no one. I'm not going to beat no one. I said, but I might have to shout at a few people. And he said, that's all right. He said, as long as I'm not hurting or killing people, he said, you got all the luck in the world, man. It's all coming. Within 2 years. And 2.5 years later, I was back on my feet and I had a professional boxing fight and won. On a world title undercard. Have you seen it?
Oh, God, no.
We'll watch it in a minute. It's on YouTube, bruv. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Marvin's boxing match, the Southern Area champion of Spain, right? And 28 years of age he was, or 29, and I battered him. Battered him, and I was world title. There was 2 world title fights on the night. Yeah. It was Sergio Martinez, who was the world champion at the time.
Oh, I have seen this actually.
Yeah, he was in the crowd, mate. Sergio Martinez.
Yeah, I've seen this, bro.
Mate,
Flogged, bro.
Battered this kid, mate. And that was after I'd been shot. Do you know what I'm saying? So my getting better, my convalescence, and everything I had to go through, because of my kids, and I had to be able to earn money for my kids. Yeah. So that's why I done what I done. It wasn't because I was pretending. If I never done what I'd done or went through, if I broke my leg for 18 months, if I never done that, then I wouldn't be walking. Because no amount of food or minerals gives your bones calcium. Do you understand? So there's things I done so I can walk that no one would do. It's things like you've done that no one would do, what you've been through. Do you understand? So the correlation, it's about the sacrifice and the commitment and the determination to succeed rather than fail. Do you know what I'm saying? And that is, I can't fail. Oh, I wanted to be the baddest criminal on the planet, so I became one of them. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't have been the baddest or the best, but I was up there in the top echelons of the fucking criminal underworld. And I was known in Russia, I was known in Georgia, I was known in the Caribbean, I was known in Africa, I was known in Europe. The whole of Europe I was known, and all of England. Like, come on, man. Like, even I used to turn up in cities, mate, and they used to have envelopes of money for me. To be looked like, this is my expenses for the next couple of days. That was 5-10 grand. As soon as I turn up in the city, hello mate, I come to see such and such. Is he about? Yeah, sweet Marvin. Can we see you first? Yeah, where are you? And I go to their office and I go, look, you're going to be here for a couple of days. I say, yeah, I need to sort this out. I need to sort that out. I go, yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
So, I mean, and that was money, drugs, and women on tap. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Some life, bro.
It's a life that I chose, a life that I wanted, but a life that I actually regret having because of the potential there is in life by making the right choices in the right environments with the right product. Yeah. Right now, I have multi-millionaire friends that have got 15 million, 16 million, 20 million, 30 million, and these are all their houses. One person got about 40, 60 million pounds worth of houses. I've got one friend who built a house bigger than Buckingham Palace. Right? And he owns most of Hove and Brighton. And he's absolutely freighted. But these are people that I'll speak to and have conversations with and get advice from and guidance.
Yeah, that's the
Do you
same,
understand?
bro.
And this is what I'm saying. I wanted to be the
That's
biggest
what we
baddie
need
villain.
to be like, bro.
And I've got it.
Yeah.
I've got there. But when I got there, I was thinking, these lot are shit, really.
Yeah.
Because I've got to do this forever. I've been doing this shit to get out.
Yeah.
I've been doing all of this bollocks to get out. Now my pals just told me I'm in it forever.
Yeah.
Because there ain't no out. And I'm like, what do you mean? He said, well, what do you want to do? He said, you come out of this now, say you got 5-6 million quid, right? You cash out 5-6 million quid. You're spending £1 million a year, mate. 25 grand a weekend or 25 grand a party. Yeah, how many parties you having, Marv? How many times you going out? And when you work out, it's only fucking 50 months, 50
I feel
months.
Like now, the way that where I'm at, bro, I've done fucking blown that much money and lost that much money and done that much stupidness. I feel like now I'm in a place in my life where anything I earn now, I'm just going to put to good use. But like you say, I've got that wild side, bro, and everyone's got a wild side. So when it comes to like them kind of distractions, I'm just trying to stay so I don't drink, party much. Obviously, I have a lot of dance every now and again. Do you know what I mean? But 9 times out of 10, I'm fucking fully focused, bro. Just staying fresh and fit. Being in the gym is the best thing you can do, and just aiming towards what you want to be. And like getting pissed up and that, and fucking pissing all up wall just fucks everything, bro.
Yeah, it does. And that's the message we're putting out there. So you've been there, you've seen it, you've done it, you've flopped, you've been broke, you've been bankrupt. So I mean, and you bounce back, and you're still smelling the roses, looking $1 million. Come on, man. This is what I'm saying, Joe. Come on. I've been through hell and back 10 times. Yeah. And look, Even with my afro, I know I look $1 million. Like, I'm told all the time, even with my scar, I'm a handsome cunt. So this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm still handsome. I can still pull a bird. I can still go out. I can still party. Like, I'm doing all this madness for what? For what? So I can look old. Look at the 50-year-old members that have been on road smoking gear for the last 25 years. They look fuck. I've got friends, that are 35 years of age that have been in the game, and they look older than me. Do you know what I mean? I'm not, like, and some of the people that are 50 look like they're ready to die. Do you know what I mean? So healthy living, healthy living, healthy lifestyle, plenty of training keeps you away from all the badness. And what I'd like to promote more than anything is an alkaline diet, meat, dairy and sugar free. Do you know what I mean? Get in the gym at least 2 or 3 times a week. And when you're in the gym, burn yourself out. Push yourself to failure. Don't listen to all these people that tell you, no, don't work till failure. You work till failure because if you was in the wild hunting, you'd have to work till failure or you're dying. It is as simple as that. So you work till failure or you die in the wild. When we was cavemen, we had to work till failure. What? You're going to chase an animal for a couple of seconds until you feel a bit tired. And then you're going to do what? Walk all the way back home for your missus and say, didn't you catch nothing? Do you know what I mean? So in the gym, you've got to mimic the same stuff. You've got to keep going because that's what's going to create the positive endorphins. Do you understand? So you've said it yourself. You've been going to the gym and you've been eating better and better every year. And now you got to an older age. You're 30 odd years old. You're 31 now. So you're 31 now, yeah? You had your first club at 21. You've been bankrupt twice. You've been on death's door. You've been in relationship problems. You've lost your missus. You've had bereavement. You've been bankrupt. The only thing that hasn't happened is you haven't been in prison, but you've been nicked. But every bit of trauma you've been through, is enough to put anybody on their arse, mate, and give up or even kill themselves. You haven't done that. You've marched on because you're the commitment to yourself, your child, and your future. Right? And that's it. So we want the best things in life. You need to work hard, exceptionally hard for that. Otherwise, you ain't achieving it. Tom's a prime example of never giving up. I'm a prime example of never giving up. Now, Tom's already celebrity status, but I will be there. I will be there, right? And we're just going to show you, look, he come off years ago, right? Years ago, 15, 16 years old, he chose not to be a criminal. Now, he might have duck and dived a little bit growing up to become 25, 30 years of age because it's standard, right? But we made the right choice at the right time. It took me 40 years, but I'm going to show you the progression, right? In 5 years, I've been to Downing Street, Houses of Lords, Houses of Parliament. Do you know what I'm saying? I've been on some of the biggest sort of workshops for intervention with the biggest judge in the country, Nick Hilliard, his name is. Like, and he works at the Old Bailey. He's the highest ranking judge in this country. And I've delivered workshops with this guy. I mean, I get invited, personally invited to Downing Street.
I never thought you'd been doing that.
I got invited to that. It was a wind-up.
Fucking hell, bro.
All because I've done a project in Tottenham with Dr. Mark Prince. And he had someone in his environment that saw me, and they went back to Downing Street and told Downing Street all about me, and then they fucking invited me, personally invited me. If it weren't for Mark standing up for me, and Mark vouching for me,
you as well,
I would never have got. Mate,
can you imagine 5-6 years ago if you'd have thought you were going there?
I would have laughed at you. I would have laughed at you.
Yeah.
When they invited me, I was like, shut up, there's no way I'm going to get in Downing Street. You fucking man. I've got MI5, MI6, I've got anti-terrorist group, everyone investigating me. Do you know what I mean? It ain't a joke.
Yeah,
trust me. He was like, Marv, you're coming. I was like, I'm not coming, Mark. I'm not coming. It ain't going to happen. He said, Marv, you've been cleared. And you are coming.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Be at Whitehall.
Yeah, the crowd outside as well, bro.
I've got fast tracked. I'm standing in the queue like that, and the majors come out and said, Marvin, what are you doing? I'm standing with Big Nasty, right? So I'm just waiting like everybody else. He said, you're not everybody else. You come straight round. Come straight round. You don't queue up. And even Big Nasty's got me, yes, man. Big up. Like, sick. But that's just me. I didn't know. But like I've said, I've transferred into the legitimate world in the same position I was in the criminal world. And that's only because of my commitment and my sacrifice and just sort of making the right choice at the right time, You
put the time in.
Hard work.
You put in the work. Imagine what you just told me what you've done for that young kid. You got him into kickboxing,
but listen,
took him all over.
But that was
stuff that you're doing is for the people. So
4 years, 4 years I worked. 4 years I worked for nothing. Do you know what I mean? Going in schools, going in colleges, going in prisons. I'm not getting paid. I'm just going in there spreading the message. Do you know what I mean? Just saying to people, look, don't live my life. And I got involved in it with one of my pals, Bubbler, and a company called the Nor Initiative, and Sir Bobby Cummins. Right, because Sir Bobby Cummins invited me down to a public speaking event, at the London School of Entrepreneurs and the Deputy Mayor of London and the commander in that Asian commander, police officer. There was a big gathering anyway, and I got up and spoke. Do you know what I mean? And then after that, it was just like people reaching out to me, doing the right thing.
I think you fucking suits you well, mate. I think you're a sick speaker. You're really good at speaking, bro. And your story and the what you put into it when you're speaking, bro. You're gassing. I was sat here, it's like fucking. It's gonna catch on, bro. You're the fucking. It's working, innit, bro?
Yeah, it works.
It's real shit, bro.
I've got a big motor. I've got a big yard. I'm in debt. Don't get me wrong, right? Because this COVID's messed everything up, so we couldn't be able to work. But since COVID's happened, my rent arrears have gone through the roof. My car payments have been on holidays. I got my last holiday this month, but there's 9 months behind on my card. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like
everyone's in that.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to explain to people is this, right? I'm not going to prison.
There you go.
No one's booted my front door off. I'm still living in a lovely house where my daughter's got her own piano. Nice. I've got a back garden, a front garden, I've got a porch, I've got a conservatory, I've got 4 bedrooms. Do you know what I'm saying? It's detached, it's nice. I've got a lovely motor that I drive about in, and I'm in debt. Don't get me wrong, I'm not absolutely freighted, but the point I make to these youngsters is this: look, I look like a movie star and I'm broke. I'm broke and I got 50 grand off the government. Why? Because I got a business. They give me a loan. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to get another loan in a minute. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on. Why not? I've got to pay it back in 10 years' time. Of course I'll have a loan at 6%.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean? Wow.
We need to get what we can,
come on,
bro.
Mate. It's not even getting what you can. It's getting what you're entitled to as a legitimate businessman. Do you understand? You can't get that on the road. You've got no money. You've got no money. You've got to risk your liberty and go to prison for what? Right? You get legitimate. You get a business. Borrow a few quid here and there. Get a few investors. Do you know what I mean? Your company grows, you borrow a bit more money.
If you've got an idea, but you haven't got a capital, you're going to find some
investors. And that's what I've got, the investors. So come with the ideas, come with the business plans. I've got the investment as long as the business plan stands up. And it don't matter how big your business plan is or how small it is. Yeah?
Trust me.
That's it. That's what I'm setting up now. So anything I do, there's going to be a small, I'm going to have
the key
5% involvement as a dragon. I'm going to invite other dragons on board for 5 or 10%, depending on what they add value to. So we're not getting involved in anything that we don't add value to.
Yeah, of course.
Right? And then the key's got to be up there because the key's the connection to the Marvin Herbert Limited and the Marvin Herbert brand. Because it's what I want to achieve is a legacy. Right? The legacy I want to prove is that we can make a difference. We can change the narrative, and when we do that,
giving people opportunity, bro.
Yeah, that's what we're doing, and that's what this key is going to represent all over the world. So when people see this key, they're going to know that's a positive individual. Like even this, right? It looks like a sticker, but it's embroidered.
It's got a big crown on it.
It's embroidered, yeah. It's embroidered. It's embroidered, right?
Yeah, you can see it all sewn in, bro. It looks proper.
Not anyone that gives you a top like this that's not embroidered, it's snide. Don't buy it.
Jekyll, bro.
It's Jekyll because every key is embroidered, stitched. It's not a sticker. Do you know what I'm saying, Joe? I'm even getting them on the caps. Getting them on the caps, getting them everywhere.
Get me one of them, bro.
Yeah, it's going to be embroidered.
That's proper.
It's going to be embroidered, mate. Do you know what I'm saying, Joe? Like,
so is it like an investment centre? So you're giving people a chance to present their ideas to you, and you're going to find them the investment.
Yeah. No, all they do, they come with a business plan. I send it to the investment broker.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
And then they go, "Fuck me, this is an idea." Bam. Marv, this isn't really for us. And I'll ask them, well, is it worth it? And I'll say, whatever you want to get involved in. And then if it's something that I want to do or help someone, then I'll do it. Because an investment, we've got the network to help that product or that business grow. When we can add value, it can grow. So I can only get involved in stuff that I can add value to. So anything to do with football, boxing, music, guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Done, bro.
As long as you do your work and your job, I can guarantee you employment. Simple. So now we're going into the business aspect. Right, and the building, the scaffolding, the roofing. So I've got a building company, E&D, scaffolding. Right, so they're basically going to be doing apprenticeship courses and setting people up to set up their own companies. We're not looking to employ people. We're giving you the tools so you can set up your own company.
They can go off
Work for us for a couple of years, get your skills, get your money, and go and set your own company up.
Yeah, that's proper. That,
That's the idea.
Love that. That's a good idea, that, bro.
Mate, that's all it's about. It's not about getting the youngsters to work for you. It's about getting the youngsters to work themselves. It's like all my the products that I'll be selling. I mean, I'm going to be promoting other people's products to sell to help their environment. I mean, and that'll be coming soon. I'm waiting to get the first products tomorrow or the day after. And these are things that social deprived environments are struggling to help kids make money and find a way in life. So now I've got a couple of designers, a couple of clothes designers. Do you know what I mean? They've designed a few outfits, a few bits and pieces. So I'm going to start promoting them so they can earn money off our platforms and do well. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
because
cool.
it's a worthy cause. It's helping social demographic landscapes.
Do you know what it is, boy? I feel like in these areas where it's most deprived, you get the most creative people, bro.
Well, we are.
I swear to God, bro. Like, there's the amount of talented kids and stuff that I grew up with and that I even see now. They aren't been to music college, they aren't been to fuck all. They've just got natural born talent, bro. They come out the singers, the dancers, the writers, the painters. They can do what they can do. Them kind of areas you can find diamonds in the dirt, mate.
Well,
that's what you're doing, bro.
That is the actual ethos to what we do. We're finding all the diamonds in the dirt, polishing them up and making them become the best individuals they can be. So I'm finishing now. You've hit the bottom, you've hit the middle, you've hit the top, you've hit the bottom again. A couple of times, you've turned your life around, you stay committed, you stay focused, you've made achievements, and now you're going to great places. So where you're going and what you're doing, I'm going to be attaching things to. We're going to be growing together. I'm going to get these youngsters to get involved so they can become the better versions of them. And moving forward in the future, if you want to let everybody know where your platforms are, your social media, so they can, if they need to contact you or do anything, just tell them what platforms you're on.
If you want to get in touch, it's Tom Zanetti TZ on Instagram and Twitter and Tom Zanetti on Facebook. Give me a shout. God bless, all the best to everyone, and I hope you stay focused and get in touch with Marvin if you need help with any business ideas or even any help and advice, because he's a great mentor. And get in touch. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks very much for having me on, bro.
Mate, it was an absolute pleasure. Come on, man. It's so sick. Much, and that's what I'm saying to when I'm saying to people, come on my podcast, they don't realise what it's going to be like.
Nice, bro. I feel like I've just been completely zoned in all the way through.
Yeah.